Sony spills its guts and reveals the PS3 in all its glory. Resistance: Fall of Man, Devil May Cry 4, and a whole lot more. It's X-Play.
I'm fitness celebrity Morgan Webb.
And I'm your cruise director, Adam Sessler.
We're here in Japan, everyone's third favorite G8 nation, for the Tokyo Game Show.
TGS is the last showcase for games before the holiday season, and with 2 consoles launching this year, the electronic gaming show is more tense than the Rhineland in 1939.
This week, we're going to take you behind the scenes into the bean paste-covered entrails of the Tokyo Game Show to look at what Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft have in store for us this fall.
Today, we begin with a spotlight on Sony. With a steep $600 price tag, they are taking a big risk with the launch of the PS3.
But if Sony can deliver on the promises they're making, the PlayStation 3 could be the most impressive gaming console we've ever seen. Here's a closer look. After a less than stellar E3, Sony finally had the chance to blow everyone away at TGS with more polished titles. And sure enough, they have delivered with more games, more details, and yes, more problems. First, the bad news. See, Gran Turismo HD is not just a press conference demo. It's a real game, and it's considered a precursor to Gran Turismo 5, whatever that means. But what it really seems that it's like is an excuse to charge PS3 owners online content fees. See, about 90% of everything in the game, like from courses to cars, is going to be unlockable only by purchasing it from 50 cents to about $5, meaning to unlock everything in the game, it's going to cost about $400 to $1,000. Not cool. You, Polyphony. You. And the good news? Pretty much everything else. Go look. This is Devil May Cry 4. Now, this is the first time it's been playable on the show floor. Now, you don't play as Dante, you play as Nero, who looks a lot like Dante, but he has a possessed arm. He can do combos, and he can, like, grab people from across the room. Now, Capcom's really hoping to get this out for the PS3 at launch or around launch, and you actually do come into conflict with Dante during the game, so people are kind of excited about that. There's a new trailer unveiled for Metal Gear Solid 4 this year. Now, the big news is the autocam has been revealed. It is a chameleon-style visual camouflage, so he doesn't turn invisible, he just blends in with everything that's around him. Now, it's not a sneaking mission, and this is according to Mr. Kojima. When you look around the game, it's usually in first person, but when you start shooting, it's Resident Evil 4 style. It goes into third-person view. Kojima has confirmed they have about a year left to go on the game, so we're looking for it at the end of next year. This is Resistance: Fall of Man, which is shaping up to be the PS3's big launch title. And another exciting thing is the online play is going to have up to 40 players in the final version. And of course, it's made by Insomniac, which is Ratchet & Clank, so we're expecting to see a lot of really creative weapons. You know, like Ratchet & Clank, but with more blood. Japan is a hotbed of electronic entertainment culture. From sexually frustrated apes to annoying ninja children, Japan has been the birthplace of innumerable gaming trends. X-Play has decided to send the head of our research and development lab to the breeding grounds where these trends first take hold. Now, we think we have found a game more amazing than anything on the TGS floor. Here's X-Play's very foreign correspondent, Chad Grimgravy.
Chad, you crazy! Welcome to Chad Grimgravy's Shack. Follow me as I follow Shad to the streets of Tokyo, Japan, in search of a game. I'm your noble translator, Extreme Kevin!
Hello, it is I, Shad Grimgravy, your astral navigator through the archipelagos of Hypnotica. And have I found holy interactivity? It is a game, nay, it's an electronic obsession, addiction, religion, a little game called Tokyo. Oh, great graphics! Let us meet the technicolor inhabitants of this interactive masterpiece.
First you find what he thinks is evil characters in game.
What are your powers?
私はここの変なビルで働いてます。洋服も作ってます。
Sweet Temptations breakfast.
Shad wants evil characters to send him on quest. Silly Shad!
I know these two have a quest for me to complete. What shall I do on your behalf?
さあ、この前引退式や。この間、サークルでみんなの誕生日をやって、センター街の入り口で顔面ケーキやりました。
Sweet, sweet treasure.
Silly Shad, this is not game objective.
When health is low and life looks short, a power-up, these, merely a choking hazard in our terrestrial worlds. Here, give sweet, sweet rejuvenation.
Shad has seemed to confuse Capsule Store for power-ups.
In opposition to evil are these daughters of light, and shower me with your purity.
好きな人に会えた。
Oh,
ジャニーズのチケットが当たった。
ah,
広大に鏡を追っても。
oh my. Lotion, pheromone, rotor. Seductive salaciousness awaits around every corner in this game of Tokyo.
Wasabi!
Blinking pixels beckon, but what do they mean? A clue called Tokyo. How can you score a game as beautiful, immersive, and wondrous as Tokyo? Look at that.
Why that man has received MacArthur Genius Grant, I will never know.
But the X-Play style genius does not stop viewers, because after the break we've got much more from the TGS floor, including our hands-on look at the PS3.
Now, as you may have heard, the international rights to X-Play have been purchased by the Kinohara Corporation, a Japanese mega conglomerate.
Starting this fall, they're remaking every episode from the ground up, specifically tailoring it to the Japanese market. Take a look at this exclusive sneak preview of X-Play Japan.
It is time of game!
It's X-Play!
Morgan-san!
Adam-san!
X-Play! Pluto Honest! Review X-Play!
X-Play はみんなのためのとっても楽しいショーです。レビューも全部本当だよ。
Up next, take a trip to the next generation. And later, hands-on with the PS3 on X-Play.
Brought to you by Mountain Dew, coming to you live and in color.
Friendship and decapitation, impalement, lobotomy. Oh joy! What started as an internet phenomenon is now its own half-hour show. Introducing Happy Tree Friends, part of Midnight's Fix, starting tonight at midnight, only on G4.
Welcome back to X-Play. I'm Adam Sessler here at the Tokyo Game Show, bringing you all the cutting-edge news on new games, new consoles, and all the latest sexual fetishes from the land of the rising sun. Now, before we get to the soap houses, though, we thought we should probably show you a nice something relating to games. I don't know. Here's our first look at the new Metal Gear Solid 4 trailer. All right, we still got loads more after the break, including some quality hands-on time with the PS3. But if you'd like to let those lush next-gen graphics wash over your eyes once again, no need to induce a coma to kill the time until the PS3 comes out. You can just head over to g4tv.com/Tokyo for all the next-gen trailers and gameplay we've got. Plus, web-exclusive video you can't see on TV. Mostly me dancing topless at a ramen shop, but still, it's quality stuff. You should stop by at g4tv.com.
Coming up, what's in store for the PSP? And later, we get to touch the PS3 on XPlay.
At Gamefly, our passion for gaming has led us to rent games differently. We think different is better. Choose from thousands of the latest and classic video games delivered right to your door. Keep them as long as you want with no late fees. Then send them back in our prepaid envelope. People think we're crazy to rent games for as low as $9.95 for the first month. We think we're visionaries. Our vision? Make renting easier. Different? Maybe. Smarter? We think so. Go to Gamefly.com and start renting differently.
Rated E to M.
We'd love to show you the world's next great video game.
Everywhere you look, you'll...
Hello and welcome back to XPlay. I am famed woodcut artist Morgan Webb, and we're at the Tokyo Game Show to look into the future of gaming. Apparently the future of gaming involves a lot of Japanese businessmen milling around a convention center, but it also includes Sony trying to prove itself in the handheld market. So far, the quality of software for the DS has left us asking why we even bought a PSP, but here are the games that Sony hopes will change your mind. The PSP and the PS2 have been pushed to the side a bit this year thanks to the spotlight being firmly on the PS3. But a few standouts still dot the floor for Sony's current soldiers in the field. First up is Konami's resident badass. If Metal Gear Acid wasn't floating your stealthy boat, maybe Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops is more your style. Portable Ops is an honest to big boss action game. No more of this card strategy for Snake, thank you. Set 6 years after Snake Eater, this is a full-fledged entry in the MGS saga. This time, Snake has allies on his mission, because this handheld operation is just too big for one man. Featuring full voice acting, multiplayer, and someone claiming to be the anti-Snake.
I'm the anti-Snake.
Portable Ops is one to look forward to.
I'm the anti-Snake.
We know you're the anti-Snake.
Anti-Snake.
Is it me, or are spies getting dumber? And more emo. Japanese RPG makers have teamed up with French history to bring the tale of 15th century feminazi Joan Arc to the small screen. Jeanne d'Arc is a new turn-based tactics role player, which promises an obsessive attention to historical accuracy. Did I say historical accuracy? I meant you fight dragons and skeletons and stuff. For the time being, Jeanne d'Arc is slated to be a Japan-only release. We'll look for a hopeful journey stateside for the sainted RPG in the future. The decrepit vacation spot of Silent Hill is shrinking down to a PSP-sized dose in Silent Hill Origins. Maybe if the neighbors mowed their lawn once in a while, the small businesses would come back. Ever think of that, Silent Hill? It's like no one ever heard of a mop. It looks like you'll be tussling with the devil's rejected children as a trucker this time, Travis O'Grady. Travis will be peeing himself in fear in familiar locations and brand new areas. Origins promises to reveal some of the secrets of Silent Hill's sordid past. I'm guessing it involves a grease fire and a KFC. Our first look at Silent Hill Origins was encouraging. Now I need to go take a shower. Get excited, rap aficionados. Parappa the Rapper has been signed to the PSP label. I know I'm not the only one who's looking forward to a Parappa versus Mr. Onionhead rematch. With the PS3 and the PSP in town, there isn't a lot of love for the PS2 at TGS, but Sony's elder child still has enough life to give gamers one good celestial pin slap with God Hand. God Hand is a return to the old-school brawler where anything can and does happen. Gorilla reading a newspaper? Check. Demonic Chihuahua? Check. Leading man who knows how to give a good spanking? Check. The bizarre cast and over-the-top gameplay style puts God Hand right at the top of the list for PS2 games to watch. And there's always the anti-Snake.
I'm the anti-Snake.
We can only pray Sony will release something for the PSP that'll be half as fun as Mario Kart DS. But we still got a lot to show you from the Tokyo Game Show today and all week long. Stick around because after the break, we go hands-on with the PS3 to find out whether this Blu-ray player can possibly be worth $600. Well, we'll probably be too drunk on new console smell to give a wholly unbiased opinion, but still, you'll get to see some gameplay, so stick around.
Moments away, we go hands-on with the PS3 on X-Play.
Who will you step?
Tonight.
Welcome back to X-Plane, and this week we're bringing you the best from the Tokyo Game Show.
Today we've had our focus on Sony, but all the stuff we've shown you so far doesn't really matter, because there's only one real question for Sony to answer this year. Is the PS3 worth it?
And by it, we mean $600.
Right. Here in Japan, you could buy 1.5 honeydew melons for that amount, or a Malaysian shoe factory. Either way, it's a lot of money.
So with only a month or so before it hits the shelves, here's our hands-on look at the PS3. Right now I feel like the luckiest kid around. This is Devil May Cry 4 from Capcom. Now, rumor has it, they want this one out this year. From the little I've just played, I'd have to say you want it out this year as well. It's a little bit different. You'll notice a few things. Your primary character, it's not Dante. Yeah, it looks like Dante. It's not Dante. It's actually a character, Nero, and he pretty much has the same combo moves, but there is one special thing. Let's see if we can show it. Yeah, that's his arm. It's kind of a possessed arm, and it can grab onto objects and slam them into the ground. Trust me, it's satisfying. Another thing you can notice with the game is that the graphics are definitely of the PS3 standard and not what we were used to on the PS2. It's looking really good. You'll see a lot, hopefully very soon here, in the creature design, which is definitely more nightmarish than anything I've seen in the previous game. Well, that was Devil May Cry 4. A small taste, but a rather satisfying one. Once again, Capcom, get this one out. This will definitely make buying the PS3 this year a little easier. All right, this is the big launch title for the PS3, Resistance Fall of Man. And it's got one big thing going good for it. It's made by Insomniac Games, and those are the guys who also made Ratchet and Clank. And you'll see a lot of the qualities of that series in this one, even though it looks completely different. So it's an alternate reality from World War II. Well, there was no World War II, but what there was is a strange alien invasion that looked like it came out of what was then the Soviet Union. There's something I want you to see. The game pauses when you switch weapons, just like in Ratchet and Clank. What that means is that they expect you to be using a lot of the different types of weapons very rapidly throughout the many battles that are in this game. Another thing to notice with Resistance is that it looks much better than it did back when we saw it at E3 and people were wondering what the big deal was. So, at the end, this still will probably be the biggest game that's going to come out at the launch of the PS3. And now that it seems to have decidedly improved, there's a much better reason why it's going to have that status. Oh. All right, this is Lair. This is from the Factor 5 guys that did the Rogue Squadron series. Well, I got only one thing to say about this game. Dragons. Lots of dragons flying in the air, hurting other dragons. That's awesome. It also takes advantage of the motion sensitivity, and this controller may be the one to do the most with it that I've seen so far. Let's definitely take a look. So I'm going to mount my dragon. All right, I just had to say that. That was an obvious one. So, okay, let's find something to hurt. Now I'm locked onto him, and now I'm going to start to use the controller to attack him, like that, which is awesome. All right, now we're tangling with him, and now we're fighting in the air between two dragons. The design of that dragon is exceptional. That was really, damn. One thing about the motion sensitivity is you actually try to use it in a very dramatic fashion. If I want to turn, I'm going like that. You really are using the buttons both to fire and to whip your dragon, more or less as you would a horse, and get some momentum going. Now, one thing I've been noticing here on the graphics, it does have a lot of the bloom effect. It's not my most favorite thing, but other than that, the detail in the game is quite impressive, especially the water, though. Nowadays, when have you not seen good water in a game? This was easily one of the most intriguing games once I heard about it for the PS3, and now that I played it, I am now more intrigued. We're not going to learn much more for a little bit, because we're not going to see this one until sometime in 2007. So this game is dragonly awesome.
That was just our first day at the Tokyo Game Show. X-Play will be here all week.
So come back tomorrow as we bring you the latest news from the Nintendo Wii, plus the classic mockery of other cultures you come to expect and love from X-Play.
That the Japanese are different makes them our lessers.
And for constant access to all the stuff we've got from Tokyo, swing on by g4tv.com/Tokyo.
Yes, we have trailers, previews, and lots of video you won't find anywhere else. And for those of you who are a little bit frightened by Adam and I being out in the real world, you can always go to g4tv.com/xplay to watch video of us nice and safe and close to our sphere.
These exhortations to spend most of your life on the internet could only have come from X-Play.